Yo, it's Trivelli, I'm back, and this NFL offseason has been marked by the movement of quarterbacks from Carson Wentz to Matt Stafford to Jared Goff to Sam Darnold. All four of these quarterbacks will have new situations this year. Now, I'm going to break down all four of these quarterback situations and tell you from best to worst who I think is going to have the best season in 2021. So if you can, please like, comment, and subscribe so we get this video out to as many people as possible. Also, follow me on Instagram and Twitter so you get my daily notifications for when I'm dropping videos, which is Monday through Friday, because I'm never slacking. Now let's jump into the action.
I'm living life like this. Maybe give a little glimpse, maybe give a little glimpse.
So, which one of these quarterbacks will have the best 2021 season? Who's going to will their team to the playoffs, have the best statistical season, etc., etc.? Well, I'm going to break that down all right now. So, let's just start in no particular order. I'm going to go through all four situations and then tell you at the end of the video which person I think is going to have the best season. So, stick around. Let's start with Carson Wentz. From the Eagles to the Colts, he will look to repair his NFL image after a really messy breakup in Philly after a pathetic 2020 campaign and a subsequent drop-off in production from his years prior. I think joining the Colts, he will be lacking top-tier wide receiver talent, but a healthy T.Y. Hilton and breakout rookie from last year, Michael Pittman Jr., should get the job done for Carson. He has a great O-line and running game with a perfect 1-2 punch between Jonathan Taylor and Nyheim Hines, not to mention a very capable Marlon Mack at the third-string position. Now, this is a perfect new start that Carson needed, and I honestly believe that this team is kind of similar to the Eagles in many ways. Both teams have no top 10 wide receiver. Both teams have good tight ends. And the Colts have Ali Cox and Jack Doyle. Both teams have multiple starting grade RBs, and both teams have good to great defenses. Now, I believe Carson Wentz will for sure rebound because it's impossible to play like he did last year, but I think a solid heavy run game, good defense, and easy play calls for Carson, he and the Colts should be enjoying a winning season once again. Okay, so Matt Stafford, he finally got out of a dump of a team, the Lions, that held him back for so many years, without any real solid Pro Bowl receivers besides Megatron, and that was a long time ago. Stafford was really struggling to produce offense with basically no help last year at the wide receiver position. Now, thankfully, TJ Hawkinson stepped up, but now Stafford is enjoying the weather of LA. He's looking to bounce back with solid weapons on both sides of the ball, and a head coach known for offensive play calling. He's got D. Jackson now, Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, young Van Jefferson, who's been playing very well, and a Tyler Higbee, who has over 1,200 receiving yards in his last 2 years. I think this will be plenty for the veteran Stafford to light up defenses with, and I expect him to play lights out, and the Rams are a real contender this year if he plays up to his usual standard. Moving on to Jared Goff. After making the Super Bowl and putting up absolutely no offense versus the stout Belichick defense in 2019, Jared Goff and the Rams made it to the division game in Green Bay, which they lost last year, and after trading quarterbacks with the Lions, which we just broke down, Goff's world has basically been flipped on him, going from multiple Pro Bowl level receivers to having virtually nothing that is proven. He will have to play very well to carry this team that did not show much promise last year, and I feel bad for Goff, honestly, and I do not see this situation working out in the long run because Goff's leash will be relatively short with a rebuilding franchise not set in stone on Goff being there for the future. So Sam Darnold, the final quarterback on this list. So everyone knows that Sam Darnold had one of the worst stints in New York with the Jets in recent memory. With nothing of a supporting cast around him, Darnold was surely not the sole one to blame for New York's problems. Obviously, a very underwhelming front management and head coach will do the trick as well. A lack of wide receiver talent, tight end talent, O-line strength, and a horrid running game led the Jets to send Darnold to Carolina. Now, he has one of the best RBs in football right now with Christian McCaffrey, but they did lose Mike Davis to free agency, so who would have been a great help in the dump-off game for him. But having DJ Moore and his old buddy and Robbie Anderson from New York should actually be a breath of fresh air for Darnold, who will now have two guys who can break free of coverages on pretty much most corners. I actually see the Panthers being the surprise of the NFL this year if Darnold can take care of the football and use his weapons wisely. People forget that McCaffrey was injured last year, COVID destroyed the entire season in general, and they had Teddy Bridgewater as a starting quarterback. No knock on Teddy, but I do believe Sam will actually be a step in the right direction. Now, my final prediction, I'm going to tell you guys right now from best to worst how I think this is going to go. My final prediction is that Matt Stafford will have the best situation from not only a win standpoint, but a statistical standpoint next year. I think that they're going to make it to the playoffs, and I think they have a very good chance to go deep in the playoffs because of how good the defense is and how many weapons they've surrounded around Stafford. he's going to just ball out next year. I think Wentz will surprisingly have the second best season to Stafford on this list, with another good season where the Colts should battle for a divisional spot again. I just love their running game. I like how the defense has been playing. If Carson takes care of the ball, they will be in great shape, and his statistics shouldn't be that bad. I have Darnold coming in third here with a possible 8-8 record or better with Carolina, and the third best stats of the 4 QBs on this list. And finally, I'm sorry, Goff fans, I basically have Goff losing his job by 2023. I see a big regressing of his progress and his statistical categories. Pretty much everything is going to go down from here, and just because of a lack of weapons and a franchise backbone to support him, I don't think his confidence is going to be very high as a new Lion leader, and I don't think this is going to work out for him. It's not necessarily his fault, guys, but that's the way the NFL works. That's the way the cookie crumbles. So I hope you guys enjoyed this list. If not, let me know why. If so, comment, like, subscribe, you know the deal. And as always, man, as most importantly, have a great day. Peace!
I'm living life like this. Maybe give a little glimpse, maybe give a little